Morning folks, Kevin here. Well, it's September 19th, 2018. I'm over on the easternmost part of the eastern garden plot. And today I thought I'd try and spend some time trying to pull up the kidney beans that are planted over in here. And yes, it all went to weeds, and I didn't cultivate it. I didn't do what I should have done to try and take good care of that bed. The other issue is this first raised bed, the block bed here. That's the one that I transplanted strawberry plants from and moved them to the second one over there earlier this spring. The second one has a few weeds in it. I'm going to try and get those out as well. But the first one here, which was the original raised bed for the strawberry plants, that one has also been overtaken by weeds. We've been in a prolonged period of hot and humid weather here, and today and we've had 3 days of cooler days, and today's the first day it's just 60 degrees, so I need a sweatshirt today since I'm so used to it being such a heat wave. And it's going to be a high of 70 degrees today, and it's fall starting around here at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the weeds that have come up, and they're volunteers, hyssop. I'm going to move some of those plants over to the food forest. I'm going to try and find the kidney beans that are in there, and then I'll probably, and I've got to remove the drip tape that's in there and the connections. And then probably what I'll do is I'll probably just come in and flail mow this area here. I'm probably going to have to get up on this area with a mini excavator in order to reach over after I pull out everything out of this block bed, including all the strawberry plants, and tease out where the weeds are, and rebuild this bed and then replant the strawberry plants back into the beds. So those are some things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be starting some of that today. I also have to go over to the central garden and harvest some broccoli, and potentially remove the broccoli plants and use that in conjunction with the paper and cardboard products to go over and get one more hit at the trying to seal up pond 5. So we'll see how far we get today. Let's go. Okay, the first phase went pretty well. I was able to harvest a moderate amount of light red kidney beans. I took up the whole plants and put them in 3 different bins. Put them in the Harbor Freight for right now. It's so overcast. Now it's going to start being cool. It'd be really nice if I get those bean pods dried out and then pull them off the plants. But I'll have to deal with that a little bit later. I can't let them go too long because we'll start getting mold on them. Then I came in and I took some of the hyssops, transplanted those up into the second food forest around some of the trees. They're a real licorice smelling plant, and the bees really like them a lot. The other thing I did was I took out one honey locust that was here and transplanted that up into the second food forest. And then I ran the flail mower over the area to knock down the tops and mulch up the material. Now I've got to look over here and see how many viable strawberry plants are there, dig down through all the weeds that are really shading everything out, and assess the situation, then potentially pull out those strawberry plants and see, can I use Bumblebee to go ahead and reach over and put the compost in that bed. That really will save me a lot of time. Usually I bring the front end loader up to about where I'm standing right now, and then take a shovel, walk around the entire garden, and that takes me a full day to a day and a half to raise it up a good 10 inches, because we're probably down 4 to 6 inches from the top of the blocks where they're at now. And I really want to create a nice big crown over this top surface like I did previously with the other bed. And I need to weed the other bed as well. So let's see what we can get done. Well, I just finished weeding this, phase 1 of the weeding. I've got some more weeding to do. I did a little bit of weeding over here in the other strawberry bed. Ran into a few problems. Now, we've always had some dandelion, some purslane, which I'm not concerned about. We had a couple of columbine plants in there, some hyssops in there. The columbine and the hyssops, one columbine I didn't transplant, but I transplanted those plants just like I did with the other bed that I mentioned. I harvested the dandelion. We'll be using the dandelion root And but there's Pennsylvania smartweed in there as well, which at this time of year they're popping their seeds all over the place. They're just ubiquitous. Their seeds are quite numerous, a plethora of seeds from the Pennsylvania smartweed. But I went ahead and identified the culprit that's responsible for killing off most of the strawberries in here, which got over a foot tall and just decreased the, it just shaded out all of the lower lying strawberry plants, and that's yellow wood sorrel. Some of the plants are about 18 inches tall, and it looks a lot like yellow, you know, like a clover plant, like a yellow flowered clover plant, but it is yellow wood sorrel. It's not a nitrogen fixer. Some regard it as an annual, a self-seeding annual, or perennial. I would say that it looks more like a perennial here. They did come in with the, I got those on the property along with the strawberry plants when I transplanted them. Now there could have been some seeds in amongst the plants that I transplanted over here this spring, or there could have been some rhizomes there. The roots look pretty well developed, and I suspect that root may remain viable and come back the next year. The other thing about when they throw their seeds, they actually can throw them like 4 feet away from what I've read. So now I'm in a bit of a dilemma. I know I want to put at least 4 inches, probably 6 inches on the side and 8 to 10 inches in the center to crown the new compost up there. With the seeds, that'll probably take care of the seeds, but I don't know, should I go ahead and water this place, let it go to seed, then weed it again? Or should I go ahead and pull all the plants out and do inoculation with it and then transplant in the spring like I did with this bed here last year? Yeah, we lost quite a few strawberry plants, but that's okay. I would like to have this bed up and productive for next year, but it may not work out that way. I'll give myself some time to think about it and move on to the next job. But that yellow wood sorrel, I think that would, it's Oxalis stricta, I think it would be a good ground cover in the food forest, as long as it's, whatever it is, the plants that you have aren't over, let's say 18 inches, aren't below 18 inches tall. So many of the berry bushes, and as long as the herbaceous layer isn't too low, I think that this might work out fine as a companion plant as well. If anyone's had used this as a companion plant in their food forest, please leave a comment below. I'd like to hear your input, your experiences with it. In the vegetable garden, I think it can be a real hassle. I've got a few of the yellow wood sorrels over here that I've got to deal with. I'll get those out before they go to flower. They're a little bit confused. They're starting to act like the sun's setting. It's overcast today, so the flowers are closing up, and the leaflets are closing down as well. So I'm going to go over and harvest some broccoli and start working over there, but I think that'll end it for this video today. Just wanted to take you through another project, getting things ready, and then running into obstacles and trying to decide what's the best way to proceed from here. I don't have the answer yet. I'll have to think about it. So, thanks so much for watching, folks. If this video was of value, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and be sure to leave a comment if you have experience with yellow wood sorrel. I'd really like to hear your thoughts and suggestions. And by all means, folks, have a super fantastic day. Bye-bye now.